Hey, what's going on everybody? Alex here with Freedom Mowers. Hope you guys are having a good one. Today we are going to be checking out the last purchase that I just made, and hopefully it wasn't a bad one. It's $200. It is a older, I'm not sure what year, I think early 2000s, hydro drive proline 48-inch walk behind that apparently had a blown motor. So let's jump right to it, check it out, and see what we got. All right, well, I just towed it over here with the old Suburban 12, which is doing great, by the way, if anybody's interested in those videos. So yeah, this is it right here. I have a 36-inch belt drive that I'm going to be selling that was actually my own, but this is a hydro drive unit, Kawasaki, 15 horsepower. It's got the FH 451V on it. 3-blade, 48-inch deck, and yeah, it has been sitting for a while, so I'll kind of give you guys the rundown on what's going on with it. I got it home the other day. I think it was 3 or 4 days ago now. I've been busy as heck, but the tank was basically empty. There was a little bit in it. I was trying to pull it over, and it was a little hard to pull over. The gas smell was awful in it. It was really bad. I still have the original filter on here, but basically what I did was I pulled the plugs out both sides. Some fuel had leaked by the needle and seat, so it had some fuel in both cylinders. I got that out. Drained out the gas, put some fresh gas in it, and purged it through the filter and through the pump and down into the carburetor bowl. And I kind of just did a quick and dirty, taking the filter bowl off from here, and just shot some carb spray through the jets, and I did get it to pop over. So that's kind of where we're at with it right now. I'm gonna get you guys up on the tripod. We're gonna try to fire this thing up and kind of just see what's going on with it. Trying to think if there was any other defects really going on with it. Both of the valve stems on the front wheels are dry rotted out. They're about to fall off. The two outer spindles have a tiny little bit of play in them. The middle spindle feels pretty good. But overall, if this unit is able to run and drive and work and is cleaned up, I think this is going to be a $1,500 to $2,000 mower all day long. So hopefully we got a good deal. Let me get you guys set up, and we'll see what we can do with this thing. So turn the fuel on. Choke knob's broken, so hopefully I can get that to work. Give it about half throttle. Choke is on. Don't think there's any safeties. I know the hydros are disengaged. All right, guys. Yeah, started right up. That was awesome. I really didn't think with the nasty gas that was in there, it was actually gonna crank up that smooth. But I don't know if you guys noticed here, it was getting a little smoky, and it didn't sound like it was getting up to full power. I mean, the deck engaged hydro drive seemed to work. I didn't hear any noise coming out of those. I did look the other day to see if there was any leaks, and I didn't see any leaks in those. But I did pull, you guys heard, I pulled that plug off and it tried to die out. And then we pulled this plug wire and it made no difference in it running. So this cylinder is not firing. So let's check for spark on here. Let me go get my spark tester, and we'll take it from there. So we'll see if this is gonna be maybe a bad plug or a coil on here. They said that they could not get this machine running. They tried and tried and tried, and I mean, like I told you guys, I didn't do anything crazy. I literally just flushed out the tank, the fuel filter, primed everything, made sure the fuel pump was working, and I took the carburetor bowl off and then just shot some spray through the jet in the bottom. And I got it to pop over the other day, and I wanted to leave it as is so I could start filming here today to show you guys what's going on with this thing and see what we had to do. I mean, they said it was blown up, and then they said they didn't know. So I did pull the spark plug on the other side and turn off the fuel, so it shouldn't start. I don't know if you guys can see that or not. Sorry, it's probably the sun's right in the way, but we're getting plenty of spark. So the coil should be good. Let's check the plug. Well, we're getting plenty of spark here. Yeah, it's got a nice hot spark. So what does that mean here? We've obviously got fuel to run, and we've got a good coil and plug. We better check to see if this thing, I didn't hear any knocking going on, so I don't think there's any cylinder issue. Let me just see, make sure that it's, oh yeah. There's no connecting rod issue. All right, let me go get the compression tester, and I really hope this has enough compression on this cylinder. I'm getting this thing hooked up. I was already thinking, I was gonna tell you guys, you know, worst case, if worst comes to worst, I mean, I'm pretty sure I can find a motor for this, and this still be worth a pretty good amount of money. I mean, these are nice units. I've always wanted a hydro drive. I don't necessarily need one now for my lawn care. I've got a couple 0 turns, and if I ever need to, I just use a little self-propelled push. So let me get you guys where you can see here. Of course, this thing's gonna move. I just don't want to set it where I'm gonna knock the pressure loose off the gauge. See if you guys can see that here. I'll give it a few pulls. Let me open up the throttle here, because we're only reading like 60 psi. Yeah, we're reading 60. Well, no, I take that back. We're reading about 70. That's not very good. All right, let me get the other side hooked up. I'll show you guys that one. get you guys over here. Let's give this thing a few pulls. Yeah, we're like 145 pounds on this side. Let's see here. So we've got basically everything we need besides some compression on this cylinder. I guess before we get any farther, I mean, unless there's like a stuck valve or something going on with the valve train, I mean, other than that, I would just say that the cylinder is just worn out. But that would be crazy that one side's reading 145 and this side's reading 40. Let me get some tools. We'll get this valve cover off on this side and take a look. It looks like it's just like probably 10 millimeters since it's Kawasaki. All right, let me get some wrenches. I'll get you guys set up. This muffler is still warm. I'm hoping that these studs aren't too long where it's gonna hit the muffler, and then we gotta take that off too. Boom. Look at there. Show you guys. Can you all see? Push rod. Oh, better not lose that in there. Push rod was not in the rocker. Let me, I'm hoping you guys can see this because the sun just has a glare over here today. Alright, it's not bent. What is going on here though? Alright, yeah. Guarantee that's the problem. Let me get the push rod back into its pocket down there on the lifter, and then let me check what the specs are on the valve adjustment on that and everything, and then I'll cut back to it and we'll get this valve adjusted and then see where we're at. All right, make sure you guys can actually see this time here. I just got it on there. I've got to adjust and everything. I looked, it says 4 to 6 thousandths on intake and exhaust, so I'm just gonna probably go see if I can get it at 5, maybe just a little tighter on that, but just to show you all. See, that valve is working now. So I will get all my stuff out and we'll get that adjusted. All right, I'll show you all what I had to do here because it was tight without taking this muffler off. I just got the bit to fit the lock nut, and I just put an adjustable on it to get it to lock into place. But got my 5 thousandths here, and I've done the top and the bottom, the exhaust down here. It should be sitting pretty good. Make sure that's in there. Yeah, there we go. Just slight drag on those. So let me go ahead. It looks like the gasket kind of ripped there a little bit, but we'll get this back together real quick. I'll get my tools out the way, and we'll see if we can fire this thing up. Actually, we'll probably check compression first, and then if it's good, we'll go ahead and fire this thing up and see if it's gonna run a little bit better. Closer to 120. So we'll go ahead and try, see where we're at there. I mean, that's obviously much better than 40. Here we go. All right, well, super awesome. So far, seemed like we fixed the problem. You know, as far as them not being able to start this thing, saying that it was blown up, that's pretty crazy. I was getting a little worried there with that cylinder, but it turns out obviously that we were having a valve issue, and I think we got that straightened out. So hopefully the compression will come up a little bit on that cylinder. I'll check it later, but I'm gonna throw you guys on the chest cam real quick, and we'll take this thing for a spin and check out everything on it and see if it is totally working and operational the way it should be, and we'll take it from there. All right, well, it has been a little bit since I cranked this thing up, so, and I don't think I have that much fuel in it. Make sure we're in neutral lock. This choke though, and it still needs carb work, but we're gonna see what we can do here. All right, sweet. Well, I think we are making some good headway on this machine. All right, well, I am going to go get some degreaser on this thing and give it a wash down, get rid of some of the oil I spilled the other day, some of the rotten gas that came off from here when I took the plugs out initially, and see what this thing looks like cleaned up. All right, well, I gave it a pretty light bath just to get a lot of that heavy grease and everything off from it, and it's looking pretty good. Paint's pretty dry. I may end up just repainting the whole deck on here and getting everything looking really good. Just mask off the stickers. We got to see about the spindle bearings on this. Needs valve stems in the front. It does have a brand new air filter. I'm gonna have to change the oil again, probably do a new fuel filter in here. Just some more detail work, running it for a little bit. But overall, it's looking pretty sharp, and I think that Kawasaki's running pretty strong right now. And obviously the carburetor needs a little bit more attention with that surging in there, but I did a really basic clean on that just to see if it would crank up and what was going on with it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. We are going to do a follow-up on this. It's probably going to take me a little bit of time to just get everything together for it, and to really get it dialed in and looking sharp and fully functioning. But we were able to pull this thing out of the woods a couple of days ago. I was able to get it finally started. We figured out that we had basically a dead cylinder and diagnosed that, got it fixed, and now we've got a good running hydro drive 48-inch walk behind. So I think this is going to be a pretty good flip on this one. I'm really excited and really thankful that I don't have to do any internal work on the motor or do an engine swap or anything. So I really do appreciate you all tuning in. We are getting close to that 400 subscriber mark, and I really appreciate each and every one of you. So thank you guys, and stay tuned. We got tons more stuff coming up, and I'm excited. So on that note, let freedom ring, let those small engines sing. I'll see you guys next time.